Hello and welcome back. I am Benny Silk, and I'll be calling the game for you today, along with Zavi. And today we have the Somers Tuskers taking on Carmel Lambs in girls varsity lacrosse. We've got an exciting matchup for you today. The Tuskers come into this matchup at 2-5, and Carmel comes into this matchup being at least 1-3 on the season. That is the information of wins I could get from Local Live. And welcome back. And I'm going to hand it off to you, Zavi. Zavi, who do you see taking this game today?
Wait, is this on? Like,
Yeah.
like, okay. I see Somers taking this game. I mean, sure, Carmel. I saw how Carmel was warming up today. They were doing good warming up, but I feel like Somers has a chance to, to win this game since they're gonna be at home and they're coming off a couple losses. They're gonna need to regain. They're gonna need some momentum here against Carmel. Would you agree, Benny?
All right, so we're now back into the middle for the face-off, and out in the face-off, it's going to be Sydney Ingram for the Tuskers, and for Carmel, it is going to be number one. That is going to be number one of DeLuca. So Ingram and DeLuca in the middle, and Ingram is going to get the tip off for the Tuskers. So coming into this matchup for the Tuskers, a few players to look out for as we get started here. We got Sydney Ingram, great in the faceoffs. She is going to Notre Dame to play lacrosse as well. We also have Layla Mancini, Jocelyn Klein, Julia McCartan, and Emma Donaldson. Players to look out for the Tuskers today. So moving around now, goes up, and Carmel's defense is going to show up there. So that's Carmel's defense as they're going to stop it from going in as Carmel takes it back. So with it now, 13. Moving around, so 8 takes it now for Carmel. 8, that is number 8 of Peters, as they take it down the field. A windy day here at Somers High School as movement around now. 2 finds 15, it goes up, and a goal for Carmel as Carmel is going to take a 1-0 lead. So Carmel goes up 1-0 to start this matchup. A great start as they are going to get it in, and just Carmel working together there to get down the field and getting it in. So, Rosenquist gets it in with the assist of number 2, and that is going to be an early 1-0 lead for Carmel as both teams head back into the middle for the face-off. We got Ingram and we have number 1 out there as well. So 22 with it, taking it for the Tuskers. Back around, so 22. The Tuskers, that is 22 is gonna be Mayfield as movement around. Mancini with it, back out to Klein. Jocelyn Klein with it. Been a key player of Somers in the games I've called today, so far this year as well. Finds Barton. Barton Wolling goes back out to 22. Who has it? Goes back up. As it rolls around back to 17 now. Finds number 4. Who loses it. Picks it back up. That's Ingram. Ingram has it, goes up, and it's going to be too high, but it's going to be taken back as there's 31 seconds left on the shot clock when all's said and done. The Tuskers are going to continue with it as Mancini is going to be throwing it back in. So we're back out. Goes up, and a defense. That was the Tuskers who get it in, and And the Tuskers are going to tie it at 1. Sydney Ingram has really shown up throughout the season for the Tuskers, getting multiple scores, and she gets another one there for the Tuskers as it's now going to be a 1-1 lead. And Zavi, what are your thoughts on that goal by Ingram?
That was a really good goal by Ingram. It was really good to get the Tuskers into like a tie with Carmel, and I think that could be again that could be the start of some momentum for Somers.
Yeah, most definitely. Somers has really been working working together today as now, especially on that drive. So we're back out now, 2 with it, back out to number 18. Sorry. Carmel back out with it. That is 16 picked up by Mayfield, but 16 winds up back with it. And as the whistle is going to be blown, we'll see what the call is. But currently, a player that we've seen a lot with it for Carmel today is number 16. That is Trompu. So with it now, 1 of Carmel has it. Goes back up high. Goes back out to 8. So 8 with it now. Finds 3. What's called currently with it is number 3, Ross. Ross has shown up a bit today as well for Carmel, as we'll see what Carmel is trying to plan here to get the ball into the goal. But number 2 is going to start with it. Throwing it back in for Carmel. Back there also is Madison Whipple. So movement around, goes up, and a goal for Carmel. Hard to see who that was, but a great above the hand sneak in the left corner, and it goes in as Carmel is now going to take a 2-0 lead. So 2-1 is your score currently with the Rams the lead, and yeah, DeLuca gets it in. Number 1, Violet DeLuca, and Carmel coming into this game looking for a win. The only win this year, of course, at least that we know of so far, is against Mayorpac. Is against Mayorpac where they won 13-10. Now movement there. Somers has it. Back around, we got circle formation with it now. It's 17 of Barton. And flag called there. Looks like Somers is going to retain possession here. So with it now, goes back and goes in. That was number 13 of Klein, and the Tuskers tied up at 2. A great goal there. Zabi, what are your thoughts on that goal?
That was an amazing goal. That's what I'm gonna say. I didn't see it down once, but it was a good goal from a penalty. It like it was a restart, so you know.
Yeah, definitely was a good goal, and yeah, so Somers worked together there, get it into the goal, and that allowed them to get it into the goal. So now back into the middle. Tuskers working together. We have a 2-2 game currently, all tied up at 2. But now with it, it's Mayfield, Ingram out there as well for the faceoff. Mayfield winds up with it after Ingram wins the faceoff there. It's Mancini with it. It's Layla Mancini. Habit has it. Finds Klein. Movement behind the goal. And as they passing it along, back out, goes up and goes in. That's Jocelyn Klein, her second goal of the day as it goes in for the Tuskers. The Tuskers take a 3-2 lead. A great start for them today. Still in quarter one, and Tuskers take a 1-point lead. So what is the key to success in this game for the Tuskers? So the Tuskers need to capitalize and win the draws and transitions with the ball. That's going to help the Tuskers a ton. And yeah, winning the transitions or the faceoffs just help. So they have more time with the ball and more of a chance to score. And lacrosse is a sport where you could score like 5 goals in a row as well. So now back in the middle as Ingram gets it and loses it. At the end of the day, Ingram winds up with it as Ingram's taking it, finds Mayfield. So we got Mayfield with it. Movement around. So Caitlin Mayfield bringing it down the field, finds Klein. Now got Klein with it. As she goes back, goes back around Mancini with it now. There goes Mancini. Up high pass, and it goes in. That was Sydney Ingram, as it looked from here, and another one for the Tuskers as they are going to take a 4-2 lead. So Sydney Ingram is going to take a 4-2 lead. A great start, and a great start for the Tuskers. So Ingram and number 1 head back into the middle. Number 1 of DeLuca. Back in the middle now for the face-off as it's rolling out. It's going to be picked up by Ingram. Ingram taking it. Somers, last 2 face-offs they've been able to win and get. They have won and been able to get down the field. And Sydney Ingram, Tuskers have been using a lot. What Coach Daly thought is Sydney Ingram the Carmel will try to take her out of the offense today and try to stop Sydney Ingram from being successful, focusing more on stopping her from scoring. So they would focus more on her teammates getting it in, but it looks like they are still able to use her as Carmel has come into this game with a little bit of a different game plan as this movement around goes under. Does not go in. The defense is going to show up there for Carmel as movement around finds 13. 13 goes back up. 16 loses it. Picked up by McCartan. Number 10 for the Tuskers. And it goes through Barton. Loses it. 7 takes it. 16 for Carmel. Has it. There goes 16. It goes up. Guarded by Whipple there for the Tuskers. Goes back. Back now to number 14. And defense there. A low spike snap as well. But it does not wind up going in. And it's going to be 42 throwing it out for the Tuskers. So back out now. 11. 11's going to pick it up for the Tuskers. But it winds up being ball loose. The ball was loose there, and all said and done, Tuskers wind up with a loose ball there, with the Tuskers picking it up. Now with it is Ingram taking it. Ingram has it, finds Mayfield. Mayfield has it back to Klein. Movement around, back out to Palmetto. Back out to Mayfield, to Ingram. Tuskers working together here as defense is showing up as Ingram goes up, and that's gonna go in as the Tuskers, and Sydney Ingram gets her 3rd goal of the day, as it's now going to be a 5-2 lead. So third goal of the day for her, in addition 2 goals for Jocelyn Klein. And let's take a look at what the Tuskers focused on in practice to prepare for this matchup. So they worked on a lot of draw controls and finishing on offense just and preparing for this one, just to prepare for this game. So now back in the middle, we got Ingram and number 1 out there for the faceoff. So it looks like they're giving all said and done. There's gonna be a flag called. So wait, trying to listen to the left here. It looks like it's gonna be. We'll see who it's gonna be against, but it looks like it's gonna be Tuskers who's. It's gonna be Carmel who starts with it, and another flag there. And while we sort this out, we're gonna look into what opponents. So this is according to Coach Daly. So what opponent the Tuskers have played this year did she compare Carmel to the most? And she said North Rockland, tough opponent, but also, but yeah, great opponent for the Tuskers and just similar game plan and just team overall. So now with it, 2 with it for Carmel, and yeah, the Tuskers did beat North Rockland 12-10 in the second game of the season. Moving around now. Back out 14 with it, finds 3. 3 who has it, loses it. It's going to be picked up by number 15. And with a 5-2 lead, we'll be back in a moment. What? So moving around as Soma's defense shows up there, not allowing it to go in. So now the Tuskers with it. It's Whipple going back. Still 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter as roll it around and we'll wait to see what is called here as Soma's spread out with it now. It's going to be that number 3 for the Tuskers. Number 3, that is Mia Palmeno taking it down now. Palmeno still with it, cradling the ball. So Palmeno back to Mayfield. Mayfield has it as it goes out to Mancini, who finds Mayfield again. So now Mayfield with it. Caitlin Mayfield back out, finds Klein. Klein able to grab it, loses it, and gets it back. Finds Palmeno. So now Palmeno with it. Back to Ingram. So now Sydney Ingram with it. Guarded heavily. So Ingram finds Klein. Klein taking it. Cradling it. Guarded by number 2 of Carmel. Heavily there. That's number 2 of guard. Goes back to 17 as the shot clock is running out to 1. Tries to get something quick, and that goes to 0. That means Carmel is going to take over. So back out now is Carmel as number 6 is going to start off with it for Carmel. Finds number 5. So movement down as number 5 is going to take it out to number 8. 8 is taking it now. Finds 2. Loses it, and it's going to be 8 who picks it up. Finds 10, 16. 16 with it. Goes back to 8. 8 who picks it up, who finds number 1 there. So now 1 with it. Back out to 8, who goes back out. Movement around. Going around. Now 1 with it for Carmel. Going back up. Finds 16. Try doing the circle formation to trick up Somers. 8 loses it. And with 11 being closer of Somers, Somers going to take over. That was Sophie Padavani, who was the closest. So now with it, it's going to be the 25 who loses it. But that will do it for the first quarter. 5-2 is your score. We will be right back in a moment after a quick commercial break. Watch Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sport. Two defenders on the tight end. Here with Coach today. Predict upcoming sport games. For round 26 and 23. Sports. Who is the best NFL team of all time? Do you want to go on and just talk about the game so far?
Not now.
Sure.
I'm sure, yeah. I might talk about that after, but not now.
So as we get back, just talking a little bit about what you missed from the commercial break, just basically, I'm Benny Silva, the president and founder of the Soma Sports Broadcasting Club, and what we do is we create Soma Sports talk show episodes, and we do live broadcasts like we're doing for this game right now on our YouTube. So check it out. You can check it out with blue graphics and all that on our YouTube. So check it out. It's the Soma Sports Broadcast, and check out our weekly talk show episodes where we talk about Somas and professional sports. Check it out, and we'll be back in a moment for the start of the second quarter. Hello and welcome back to the start of the second quarter, as back in the middle for the face-off. As we're about to get started, and we are off. And loose ball there, picked up. Ref is going to call it being Carmel's ball, so Carmel is going to have it. So 15 of Carmel with it, finds 11. So 11 now with it. Picked up. Heading down the field now, it's the Tuskers. Just make sure it's... All right, so with it now, 17 back out to 5. So that's going to be Mancini with it now as it's moving around. Mancini taking it, goes up, and did that go in? Yeah, the refs signal it, and the Tuskers are going to take a 6-2 lead. Layla Mancini gets it in for the Tuskers. So Layla Mancini gets it in, and with that, the Tuskers take a 6-2 lead. And yeah, so while the teams head back into the middle, let's take a look at Somers' season so far. So for this season so far, they started off the season with a 16-4 loss versus Wide. Then they took on North Rockland to have their first win of the year. Then 12-10. Then they lost to Fox Lane. This was the first girls game I got to call. As Mayfield has it, goes back and winds up rolling out of bounds. Somers is going to retain possession as the closest. Then we had Somers versus Fox Lane, where Fox Lane won 12-11, followed by Bronxville Somers, a game-winning goal as it was tied at 11 as Bronxville upset the Tuskers to win that one 12-11. As now taking it is number 11 of Carmel, who goes back out to number 5, who finds 18, and also, and then this past Saturday we took on Suffolk and lost 13-4, and then Tuskers lost to Pleasantville this past Monday for the second time, 8-7. So now movement now with it. It's going to be number 42 for the Tuskers, the goalie there, as the ball comes loose. That's going to be picked up by number 13 of Carmel. So with it now, back out, finds number 1, who finds 24, 14 of Carmel, who finds number 2. Going back out, back to 18 of Carmel, finds 16 there. Formation around the goal there as 1 now with it. As she throws it out to 4, who finds 14. Movement around. As 2 has it now. 2 taking it. Carmel trying to get a goal as they have been scoreless in this second quarter, and they've been scoreless since it was a 2-2 tie. Somers has scored 4 unanswered goals as they are trying to score a 5th. So now throwing it back out is Carmel. 18 with it. Back out to 16. Who finds 14, who loses it. It's going to be picked up. Number 14. Who finds 2, goes up, and ball rolls out. As it is going to be Carmel who's closest and is going to retain possession. So out to number 14. A whistle. West is going to make a call there. We'll see what they do. So call is there. Carmel had the position, and Somers' defense is going to show up there with Sydney Ingram taking it. But on that pass, Carmel was able to take it back. Now Ingram with it, trying to get back again. Referee is going to call it Carmel's ball, as now Carmel is going to retain possession. Carmel being the closest as it goes out of bounds will still retain possession as they're going to continue with it. They actually are going to call it Somers' ball, as Wef must have saw Somers being closer. It looked like from this angle, Carmel is closer, but the call is Somers being closer as Palmetto finds Klein, now taking a teamwork down the field, who finds Ingram. Lacrosse, recruited and committed to Lacrosse at Notre Dame as it goes up, and Sydney Ingram gets it in for the Tuskers. The Tuskers take a 7-2 lead now. Sydney Ingram, I believe that's her 3rd, maybe 4th of the day as it goes in, and Ingram leads the Tuskers to a 7-2 lead now, as with 7:26 left in this one, it's looking pretty good for the Tuskers. 7:26 left in the half, my apologies. It's looking great for the Tuskers as They've scored 5 unanswered goals. Their defense has really shown up, not allowing Carmel to get it in, and defense has been working out since the beginning. And Zavi, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
Can I say my thoughts on the goal only? On the, just okay, yeah. I feel like that goal, the seventh goal for Soma's, I had a feeling before it was scored that it was going to be scored because she was running downfield and it was getting exciting. And how that goal was scored, it was great. And Somos has been dominating this game, and it's great that they're up 7-2 against Carmel.
So we now, so we now head back to the middle as we're off. Now back in the middle, the face-off. False start there, and we're about to get started as it's going to be Ingram, and also in the middle, that is also the middle for Carmel. So now out in the middle, 15 takes it for Carmel. Movement around now. Carmel gets it down the side of the field after Carmel winning the face-off there. It's going to be Carmel's ball as it's been moving around. Somers has been great at the face-offs, however, today as it comes around. Back to number 14. Movement around, back to 1. And stay tuned for the halftime show as on today's halftime show, I'm going to be breaking down and giving my predictions, a special uh, thing for today's halftime show. I'll be giving my predictions for the NBA playoffs and who will win each game, including the in-season tournament games left, as Madison Whipple is going to take it now for the Tuskers, guarded heavily, however, by Carmel, trying to run her out of bounds, but Madison Whipple able to stay in. There goes Whipple now with it, cradling it around. A great run by Madison Whipple as she's going to take it around there. But it looks like she lost it eventually, and that's going to be Carmel's ball. So Carmel gets it back. It looks like there was actually a call, but they're going to call Carmel's. So now working together to get down the field. Carmel with it as it goes up. Number 42 shows up there for Somers. That's their goalie. Number 42 is Donaldson, one of the players also that Coach Daly said to look out for today as she loses it, picks it back up. So Ingram picks it back up, finds Klein. 2 top players for the Tuskers today as Klein takes it. Klein back out, finds Mayfield. Mayfield up high, finds 2, and it goes in. That is going to be Mullins, the 8th grader for the Tuskers. Sharon Mullins, who gets it in. Also a star on the JV basketball team, a star on the team on. So Shay Mullins is going to get it in. And what great moment for her as that is going to be her first varsity goal, and the Tuskers take an 8-2 lead. She also plays JV basketball, as I was mentioning earlier, a great athlete in multiple sports as she is now out there in varsity lacrosse. So 8th grader gets it in there as the Tuskers now take an 8-2 lead. And while we take a moment, ask Coach Daly a few questions about her job, including what do you, as a girls lacrosse coach, including what do you do as a coach to get the best out of your players? And Coach Daly encourages the girls to do their job and support their teammates. That's what she does to get the best out. Just encourages them to do the best that they can, support their teammates, and so forth. And I also asked her, what advice have you given the players for motivation for this game? And she said, take care of the mind and body and leave everything out on the field. So if you, whatever reason, make a mistake, just move on from it. Don't keep thinking about it because that causes more mistakes in the future. And that is exactly what she tells them, or summing it up that in my words. And As we continue, 5:34 left, we're going to just take a look on how this Carmel team has done this season. So on March 25th, they took on Pleasantville, and Pleasantville destroyed them 14-2. Then they took on Lakeland Panis, and Lakeland Panis wound up taking that one 13-6, followed by a 13-10 win versus Carmel, and then a 17-9 loss against Hen Hut. And shout out to the Tuskers boys varsity team. We'll be calling that game versus Farmingdale tomorrow. They had a big win versus Hen Hut, 18-3. So we head back out in the middle, the face-off, with 5:34 left in the half. And stay tuned for the halftime show. We'll be recapping the first half. I'll be giving my thoughts in the first half, top players in the first half, and I'll be giving my NBA predictions. As we're back now in the middle for the face-off. And back up and out as it is going to be 15 who takes it for Carmel. Number 15 who loses it, scooped up by Mayfield, finds Klein. So now Klein with it, taking it. There goes Klein, movement around, who finds that's 34 for the Tuskers, and defense shows up there. The attempted shot there for the Tuskers, that was number 34 of Elena Kellogg, another 8th grader as well playing today. So 8th grader is being already put in. As the clock stops at 75 seconds left, now going down to 73, back out to number 6. Number 6 finds 15. So 15 with it all said and done. So 6 finds 2, who finds 15. Now with it is number 18, back to 2 for Carmel. Carmel getting down the field, working together, however, still scoreless since going up 2-1 versus the Tuskers early. As now something called there. Looks like Carmel is going to continue with it with position for a potential goal as well. We'll see if Somers' defense is able to step up here, but kind of giving the whole path there as Somers and Carmel both ready, and we're off. Going back, she decides to go backwards, and it goes up, tries to do an uphand pass, does not work out, not even close, does not go in for the goal. So the Tuskers, after all said and done, are going to take over. So now with it, it's going to be Donaldson who throws it back out. Donaldson finds 19 who loses it. Number 19, Victoria Barton, a 9th grader on varsity as well. So subbing in and out is 18. Now heads in for the Tuskers. Number 18 of Kira Linares. As now it's movement around. With it now, Barton. Who then finds number 2. It's going to be picked up by Ingram. Ball came loose a few times there. And it's going to be 5 who continues with it, who loses it. And it's going to be picked up to continue. So now movement down the field. I find number 2 with it. Walling. Whistles are blown there, and so 1 now with it, back out, finds 8. It's going to be lost and picked up by the Tuskers. So McCartan with it now. And now another flag. And as we take a moment, we're gonna be right back local live as we are gonna do a quick commercial break.
Question understand?
So a quick ad there again as fixing a couple things there as Toscos are now going to take a 9-2 lead in this one as we're back in the middle now for the face-off. The Toscos taking a 9-2 lead. Now just dominating today's game. So we got Barton now in the middle of the face-off along with number 2 of Carmel. That number 2 is going to be a guard. So number 23 now coming on in for yeah, they're gonna bring number 23 in. Looks like as we're back in the middle, still waiting for the start of the face-off. And while we wait for the start of the face-off, what do the Toscos expect to see from Carmel in this game? And Carmel is a gritty team and well coached. Carmel and they're gonna be a tough team to beat. And Carmel also likes to hustle on both side ends of the field. And yeah, we have seen that a lot today as well. So still out in the middle as they discuss it. And upcoming matchups, stay tuned in tomorrow as while the WEF sorts this out. Stay tuned in tomorrow as we have the Somers Toscos taking on Farmingdale in boys varsity lacrosse. And that game will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. And we'll be doing that off our YouTube as well. Graphics, the Soma Sports Broadcast, in addition to local live. So make sure to tune into that as well.
I think too many people on the field. So weird. Why do they have meals before they got the chicken?
It's now back in the
They
middle
have
for
the
the
meals
Toscos. So
when they got
while
the
we
chicken.
wait for this
I
face-off,
haven't seen that.
Toscos today, they have really worked well together, getting the ball down the field and passing along. They have been able to they've had a fast-paced offense. They've been well working together. Klein, Mancini, Ingram have been 3 key players for the Toscos today. And just the whole team overall has worked well together. As we're now back in the middle for the face-off, and we're off. So grabbing it is going to be number 3 of Palmino, as it goes back out to Mancini, goes back out to Mayfield, movement fast down the field, and ref gets involved again, saw something he didn't like. Is this a turnover? So Tuskers are going to hold on to it, goes back up. It's going to be taken by number 13. It's movement around now. 17 with it. 13 with it for Carmel. Finds 11. Who goes back out to 5. Who finds number 1. Movement down the field now as a fast pace down the field for Carmel. Guarded by number 19 for the Tuskers. 19, that is Victoria Barton, a freshman in Somers High School. It's moving around. 8 with it. Goes up, goes in, and Carmel, after allowing Somers to score 8 unanswered points, Carmel will get on the board. Another one for the Rams, as it's now going to be a 9-3 game. And Zavi, based on what you've seen so far, what do you think Somers needs to do to hold on to this lead?
Well, basically, just play good defense and make sure Carmel does not score because basically, when it's a 6 point lead for a team, I just say I'm not trying to criticize anyone here. I just say it's over because I don't think anything can come back from a 6 point lead, but who knows what can happen here. So someone needs to play good defense and score some goals to at least make sure Carmel cannot come back, which it's kind of short of a 9-3 lead with 14 seconds left in the half.
So now back out there. Carmel is going to pick it up. Movement around now. 8 with it now. Back out.
2, 1, 2.
As the clock runs to 0. And that will do it. And we will be back in a moment for a halftime show after our commercial break. For those of you listening on Local Live, check out the Soma Sports broadcast where we talk about sports and talk about sports. It's where we have a talk show about sports, Soma Sports, professional sports, and so forth. We also talk about Soma Sports. In addition, we do live broadcasts like this. Check it out also for our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to be updated on when we have new content and games coming out. Let's see. Can't get I guess JV's not on Local Live. JV baseball game.
JV's playing now?
Away, yeah. Do you follow NBA?
I don't really. I mostly follow soccer. Like say it's supposed to be a Champions League game. Well, I mean, at least I'll say I'm gonna be commenting a Champions League soccer game today at 3 p.m. on my channel. And I'm really into watching soccer. Real Madrid and Arsenal are playing at 3 p.m. And it's a big game for Madrid. Madrid is down 3-0 on total scores, and they can't make it to the finals. So semifinals.
Ian, just get the window out of the camera for halftime. I'm gonna start it in a moment. Alright, sorry.
Yeah. What should I do?
I'm gonna just. Yeah, when I give you this mic, just put that back.
Wait. So when you give me that mic, I'll mute this.
Hello and welcome back as we have our halftime show as Somers from the out of the gate has dominated this one as they are currently up 9-3. So Carmel took a early 1-0 lead getting a goal in. Somers followed that up tying it up. Carmel took a 2-1 lead allowing and then Somers went on to score 7 unanswered before Carmel scored one more heading to halftime. It's been an exciting game, but Somers a great day for them as they have had Carmel's number as they have been dominating today. And Zavi, what are your thoughts on the first half, and what do you see happening in the second half?
My first thought, absolute domination by Somos. As a team, I've watched this team for a while now, and just seeing how Somos has done the last games, this is a great, as I said before, this is a great game to get momentum back up. And now they were like they're up 9-3 against Carmel, and it's I think they put the game away for sure in the first half. But they do some more work, and then they have the game, they win the game. But I mean, someone else has done amazing. Any
Yeah, a great first half by Somers, and what I see happening in the second half, I think Somers is going to continue playing as good as they can. I think they're going to wind up taking this one. I'm going to say 15-6 is going to be the final score. And most impressive player in the first half, Sabi, are there any players that have stuck out to you today?
well, I'm just gonna be honest and just say the what's the player's name?
Mullins.
Mullins, yeah. Mullins was like a great player. She scored the first goals at Varsity in eighth grade, which is kind of great. But outside that, there was a lot of hat tricks and a lot of goals, and it. All players have done amazing this game. That's what I'm gonna say because I don't really follow the players individually. Do everyone's like a whole team. So everyone's done amazing so far. Is that good?
Yeah, the Tuskers have been working well together and have played phenomenal. And yeah, Mullins, great play by her. But I think players of the first half, you got to say, and yeah, Mullins going to be great as she comes into high school and plays amazing throughout, but and probably gets better and potential future star of the team as she's already great in JV basketball. But another few other players to look out for. So we got Klein, yeah, Klein, not look out for players of the first half. Klein and Ingram, I feel like have been key. Also, Layla Mancini has had some great plays as well. All three of them have been playing phenomenal, but overall, it's been a team effort, and they have been working well together to get the ball down the field and just get it in. And it's just been a great team effort overall, as that is really the big reason why the Tuskers are up this big at halftime. A great half by them. But yeah, as we continue, as we continue, upcoming broadcasts. So we have the Somers versus Jate, Somers versus Farmingdale broadcast tomorrow. Boys varsity lacrosse. Tune into that, and that will be on our YouTube. The Y Somers broadcast. Those of you that may be planning to tune into that, unfortunately, that game has been canceled. So this will be our only game for today. But tomorrow at 4 p.m., we will be doing the Somers versus Farmingdale varsity lacrosse broadcast. And just to fly through my predictions. So these are my NBA playoff predictions, the moment you've been waiting for. So we have the Kings and the Mavs playing 9-10. I think it's going to be the Kings who take that one. And I think the Grizzlies are going to wind up taking it over the Kings in the battle to play the Thunder. Not that playing the Thunder is a great thing to battle for, as you're most likely going to lose that one. You got the Bulls and you got the Heat. I think the Heat do have the experience. They're going to beat the Bulls here. And I think they're going to wind up beating the Hawks as well. So the Heat are going to sneak into the playoffs an eighth seed. So the Miami Heat, I think, take on the Cavs. I think the Cavs wind up taking that one in 5. We got the Pacers and the Bucks. I think the Pacers take it in 6. We got the Knicks and the Pistons. I think the Knicks take that one in 5 games. And then we got the Celtics and the Magic. I think the Celtics are going to sweep the Magic. So we got the top four seeds winning in the East, and we got the Rockets and the Warriors. This is my big upset I could see happening. I think it's going to be the Warriors who wind up taking it against Rockets. The experience is going to show up, and I think they wind up taking it in 5 games. We have the Lakers taking on the Timberwolves. Unfortunately, I think the Lakers are going to take that one. We have the Nuggets and the Clippers, and I think it's going to be the Nuggets who wind up taking that one. Playoff experience, and the Thunder are going to dominate the Grizzlies. So Thunder and Nuggets, I think it's going to be the Nuggets ending the Thunder's path there. I think the Thunder's had a nominal season, but it's going to end there. Then we have the Lakers and Warriors. I think the Warriors are going to win there. So we got Warriors, Nuggets, uh, Western Conference Championship. We got Celtics and Knicks. I think the Celtics and Cavs, Pacers. I got the Cavs, and then so we got Cavs, Celtics. I think it's going to be the Celtics heading back into the finals, and they will be taking on the Nuggets. And I think the Celtics are going to win back-to-back champions. Yes, I am also a Celtics fan, but I do believe the Celtics are a great of enough team that are going to make it to the finals. And yeah, one solid prediction I have is neither the Cavs or Thunder make it after a great season to have. But we're back, second half face-off, and it's going to be Carmel who takes that one. There goes Carmel, start of the third quarter now, as Carmel has it. Quick movement down the field. Goes back out to 2. Who has it now? Number 2 with it, goes up, goes in. Carmel, fast pace, gets it down the field as Carmel gets it in. I believe that was number 2 who got it in. So yes, number 2 is going to get it in for Carmel. And with that, number 2 of Kayla Guard gets it in. And with that, it is now back to a 5-point game with the Rams scoring 2 unanswered goals. Going back to towards the end of the second quarter. So back out now. Ingram wins the tip-off, finds Mayfield. It's Mayfield with it. Mayfield back out, finds 15. Back out to Klein. Klein, who has it, finds Ingram. As Ingram's going to take it now, cradling it down the field. Sydney Ingram currently with it. As it's moving around. Ingram back out, finds Palmetto, goes back out to Mayfield, circle formation around. Here goes Mancini, coming up, Layla Mancini. Also a senior in Somers High School. In addition, Ingram and Klein, 3-star players on this team, all seniors, as it's going to be loose on the ground. Carmel's going to pick it up. Carmel has had great momentum coming into the second half as ball rolls out of bounds. As it goes back out, and it's going to be 11 of Carmel who's going to continue with it. So with it now, Carmel. It's going to be taken, a pick, you would say, in football, interception kind of, but just grabbed there in lacrosse by Sydney Ingram. A great play through it, and Ingram took it away, as now with it, it's Mancini. There goes Mancini, up to the goal, goes up, goes in. Layla Mancini with the goal, but the ref did not hold his hands up. So it's not gonna, it looks like it's not gonna count, but it looks like they're gonna have position there, so it does not count as a goal. But Mancini with it, goes up, does she get in? Yes, she does, and the Mancini is able to get in. It was set up for a goal after all said and done, and the Tuskers are now going to take a 10-4 lead. A great game for the Tuskers today, as Mancini is going to get it in. A few basics about lacrosse you may not know. So each team has 10 players on a field. 1 is a goalie, 3 are defenders, and 3 midfielders, and 3 attack. That is that is how a lacrosse team format works. And yeah, and while we head back in the middle for the face-off, any interesting stories heading to this game? So this game was dedicated to the Morgan message game and they did a presentation. Those of you on local live caught it in the beginning. A presentation about how a presentation the importance of mental health in athletics. So Mancini with it as Mancini's taking it down the field, back out, goes up, and it goes out. 13 has it now. Klein back out to 7, gets in, loses it. It's going to be picked up. So now Klein with it, finds Mayfield, back out to Klein. Adds movement around, finds 5, goes back out. Going to be picked up by Ingram. So Ingram with it, taking it now, heading down, finds Mayfield. Mayfield has it. Guard by 1, goes up, goes in, and another one for the Tuskers as Caitlin Mayfield. Caitlin Mayfield gets it in for the Tuskers as it's now going to be a 11-4 lead. The Tuskers, this girls team, playing by the best they have played all season, having a phenomenal performance today against Carmel. Now up 11-4. Now back into the middle for the face-off. We got Ingram, and we have number 1 of DeLuca for Carmel. So Mayfield and DeLuca in there for Carmel. Back out there for the face-off. Still waiting, and tune in as a few more exciting events coming up. So currently just looking at the Somers sports schedule coming up. So we have girls flag football and lacrosse, the two main sports in the swing. We also have baseball, which we're hoping to do a game at some point. We also are hoping to possibly do some other sports as well in the future, but those are the main sports we've done right now. In addition to varsity football and basketball, also may do a few JV varsity football games next year. Of course, I will not be here, but the club will continue and be doing these games next year. Make sure to tune into their broadcasts as we have a big one to start the season. It may be in person, it may be Jaden and Brandon and Philip doing it virtually from their house, one of their houses, but we will be doing they will be calling the game most likely in some fashion. So movement now goes up and goes in as winds up not going in there. Wef looked like he had his hands up, but they wound up not saying that. Goes in. So with it now is Mayfield. Find Klein. Klein with it, taking it now. Fast movement down the field. Klein loses it, but picks it up there. Great defense, however, by number 2 of Carmel. But Klein is going to take it. Back out. Finds Mancini. Mancini back out to 17. Number 17, the Tuskers also have been there a bit for today. That is her younger sister, Isabella Mancini. Isabella Mancini is an 11th grader. So now Carmel is going to be taking it. Number 13 starts off with Carmel taking it. All right, chased by Klein as 18 has it, and whistle is blown, and the ref gives a thumbs up as we're So we're going to continue now. Back around number 1 with it. And to the face there, as it's going to wind up being. Looks like Klein is going to have to come on out and go into the penalty box as now.
That was like a dumb penalty to come
And
in.
now
To
let's see what they decide. But as we take a moment with 6:29 left in the third as they sort all this out, I asked Coach Daly a few more questions. And one thing I asked her as is as a coach, what has she learned from the players? So coaches learn a lot. Players learn a lot from the coach. What has Coach Daly learned from the players? And what she has learned is that their record doesn't matter as long as we continue to improve and the players focus on continuing and improving along. If the players are focused on accomplishing it and getting it done, they're going to be able to improve it there. Improve there and just get better every day. And as we continue to sort out another mess now, how did the Tuskers prepare for this matchup? So they prepared by having effective competition during practice to help the girls with the intensity level. So playing against uh, playing good intensity level. In addition, they also always review film, watching local live most likely. So and maybe even listening to me. So shout out to all the Somers and Carmel girls playing today. Thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to us, and the coaches, of course, for listening to us on by watching back this game. I don't know if this is what they listen on or if there's a separate camera, but I will find out and get back to you about that in a future game. But we're now spreaded back out. Spreaded back out. And as we wait to continue, yeah, Somers coming into this matchup, they've had a rough season, but they're a team that Coach Daly even mentioned this. Like their record really does not show how well this team is because their record isn't the best, but this team has played. This team has played till the very end of each game. Look at these scores. Yes, they're 2-5, but they lost by 1 point to Fox Lane. They lost by 1 point to Bronxville on a game-winning goal. And besides the Suffern game, all the games were close and came down to the end. Pleasantville game also wasn't greatest game. It was a 6 point win by them, but the rest of the games were really close, including that Pleasantville game for a good part of the game. But if my memory serves me right, but now with it, it's a loose ball there, and it's gonna be picked up by the Tuskers. Now movement there. Ingram with it. Taking it. Ingram going around. Goes back out. Loses it. It's going to be picked up by 15. 15 loses it there. But rule it 15's ball as she was the closest. So Ingram finds 3. She's going to be, and Palmetto is able to pick it up before rolling out of bounds. Back to Klein. Klein now with it. Goes to Ingram. Back to Klein. Finds Ingram again. Goes back out to Mayfield. Going around 17. It's Mayfield with it. Goes back out. Finds 2. It's going to, and the ball is going to be picked up. Winds up going out of bounds with number 18 being ruled the closest. So 18 with it for Carmel. So now passing it along for Carmel, number 5. And going on the one there was number 2. That's Mullins. As did they call it closer? It looks like they are going to still call it. They're not. Yeah, they're gonna call it Somers ball. So Mullins is able to get it done there, getting it, making it a closer ball for the Tuskers. As now with it, it's Mayfield. Mayfield back out, finds Mancini. There goes Mancini. Goes back out, finds Barton. Barton to Mullins. Mullins with it. Back out to Mayfield. Going around Mayfield. Ball loose there. Hard to see who came up with the ball there. And we'll see what the call is going to be.
Um, yes, so. Sure.
So, just hand it off to you in a second. So another one goes in for the Tuskers.
Number 4, Sydney
Sydney Ingram, I believe that is her fourth of the day as she gets another one. Sydney Ingram has had a phenomenal day.
Wait, hold it like this? Cool. Yeah, wait, should I start commenting now? Cool. Yeah, so, now they're going to do a face-off here after Somers has now an 8-point lead over Carmel. One of the best wins of the season so far.
And of course, the game is not official till it's over,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is looking more and more like it is going to be a win for the Tuskers.
Wait, am I saying something wrong like that? Like, no. So now we get the face-off here.
Back in the middle, the face-off.
And it's tipped off, and Somers gets it. Number 4, going down.
That's Ingram.
Passing to 22. 22's she passes to Klein, who's 13. Passing to 4. As I'm trying to use it. And he's trying to go around and passing back to 13. 13 trying up now. And the whistle's blown. Wait. As now it's. Wait.
So, play called back there, and it's going to be Somers who is going to throw it back in now. And with the ball, as the players get ready, it's gonna be Carmel who winds up with it. So with it now, back out finds number 8 of Carmel, rolling it around. As it's going up, back out to 3. 3 goes back out to 8. As the movement around, back to 2. Loses it. It's going to be picked up by 14. 14 with it now. Back out to number 2, who loses it. And it's going to be swiped up by Somers. 42 with the grab there. So now it's going to be Now it's going to be 42, throws it back in. Finds 6. Who goes to number 13, finds 3 there. 3 going now, and the clock goes to 0, and that is going to do it for the end of the third quarter. We will be back in a moment after a quick commercial break.
Yeah, just say when Is the mic okay though? Good, because the cord, yeah, the cord snapped when just was a bit scared that you were gonna use a mic. Okay.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
That's moving. It should be going.
Okay. You start. I might begin when it's like 11 minutes.
And welcome back, as it has been a dominant day by the Tuskers. Up 12-4 is your current score. And Zavi, what are your thoughts about the game so far today?
Well, as you always say, it's not over until the clock says zero and it's the end of the fourth. But so far, Somos has been dominant, it's said. And Carmel, if Carmel wants to come back, it's going to be a tough task, especially how Carmel season has been going. So Somos all we need to do again, play good defense, score a goal or two, and then that's game at the end. As now the players are going to be getting ready after the Tuskers are going to the face-off after the huddle. We apologize for there being no camera. I'll try to describe the act as much as I could as it's back up, thankfully. Now it's fourth quarter here. Can I get the roster real quick?
So back out for the middle, the start of the fourth quarter. And let's get started. Ingram in the middle along with number 1 for Carmel. And final quarter of today as we're back in the middle. I want to thank everyone who has tuned in today and tune in Thursday as we'll be doing another YouTube broadcast of the boys varsity lacrosse game as they take on Farmingdale. So now back into the middle. As it goes up, and it's going to be taken by number 2. That's DeLuca for Carmel. As it's movement down now, DeLuca taking it, finds number 7. Back out to 8. 8 with it now, movement around. 8 taking it, finds 14. 14 who has it now. Back out, finds 16, and a great block by the Tuskers, prevailing on defense to not allow it to go in there. Ball rolls out of bounds with Carmel being the closest. It's now taking it for Carmel. Carmel also, a fun fact about Carmel is they are the 20, as Somers has won 3 varsity Class A football championships in a row. Carmel is the Class D champions back in 2021 as they won that state championship. As moving back to number 9. Taking it. As 16 goes back out to 9. It's going to be picked up when all said and done by number 1. Finds number 8. 8 with it, back to 16. 16 has it now. Taking it, goes back and goes up. The ball is going to roll out. That ball is going to roll out of bounds. A great hustle by Ingram, however, to get it close. And it's going to be Carmel's able to try to get close to it to retain possession. But Carmel is going to wind up having it. But after that, 42 of Donaldson winds up for it for the Tuskers. So Donaldson's going to throw it back in now as she finds Mayfield. Mayfield taking it. Mayfield, guarded by 8 and 14 of Carmel, going around. There goes Kaylin Mayfield, back out to Whipple. Whipple, big shot to Ingram. Ingram too far off to the right, and it's going to wind up rolling out of bounds with number 6 being the closest. Barton right there as well, but 6th of Carmel being ruled the closest, and it's going to be able to continue with it. Now movement down the field. Now Carmel getting it down the field fast. 12-4 is your current score if you're just tuning in, as the Tuskers have had a phenomenal performance today with 9:25 left in this fourth quarter. Now movement going back. Finds 14. 14 back out to number 1, and it's going to go off to the right. And 2 is going to throw it back in. So with 8:52 left, it's going to be called, and it's going to be Carmel starting up with it. Great defense there by the goalie, not allowing the ball and denying Carmel to get it in. It's McCartan now taking it. McCartan finds Palmetto, back to Klein. Klein with it. Multiple goals today for Jocelyn Klein as she's taking it, trying to get another. Movement now. Finds Palmetto. Back out to Mayfield. Mayfield taking it, goes up. Defense shows up there. As they're not going to get it in. Taken back by number 2 of DeLuca for Carmel. Carmel taking it. There goes DeLuca. Ingram trying to get her out of bounds. DeLuca, a great move there, going back around. Not allowing them to go out of bounds. Now movement around 2 with it. Back out to 8. Finds 9. Who finds number 8 now. 8 coming around. Finds number 1. And tries to find 14. Goes out of bounds. And it's going to be 8 who grabs it before it rolls out of bounds for Carmel. Taking it, number 9. Tries to do the backward shot. Goes off to the right. Does not go in for Carmel. But a close one there. So a close one for Carmel there, as it is going to be 2 who throws it back to 7. Finds 9. Takes it back to 8. Goes up, goes in. And that's going to go in for Carmel. Number 8 of Peters, Brookie Peters, gets it in, a senior at Carmel High School, as it goes in. Carmel now makes it a 7-point game. A great play. So they found, 9 found Peters, and Peters got it in, going underhand in a great play by Peters, getting it in for Carmel. So we now head back to the middle as Ingram and number 1 of DeLuca is back in the middle. Now back in the face-off, it's Ingram and DeLuca. And DeLuca's going to get it. Ref is going to, however, give it to Somers. So with it now, Carmel is going to give it to Carmel. Switch sides. They do switch sides at the end of each quarter. As it's movement around now, 8 with it. Back out to 14. Goes back out. Ooh, and it's going to be taken by number 15 of the Tuskers. And they're going to call a timeout. And with 6:36 left in this one, your score is 12-5. And yeah, we've basically gone through all the storylines and stuff to look out for in this game. So yeah, it's been a great game from beginning to end. 12-5 is your current score. And Zavi, is there anything you want to say about today's game?
Again, it's been dominating. It's almost so. Carmel scored, but let's be real. Unless Carmel actually does something in the next 6 minutes and 36 seconds, I hate saying it, but I don't think Carmel can come back. But hey, you never know what can happen, right? Carmel can come back, but someone else can play good defense at the same time. So we're gonna see what happens.
I want to I want to give a shout out to those of you watching today's broadcast, and I appreciate it.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, just say it again there.
I think you want so much what I said.
And as we get ready for the last 6 minutes, it's pretty much Somers has control of this game. They just need to allow Carmel to not go on a one. Their defense has to just continue doing what they're doing, and they don't really need to score any more points to win. They might as well try, but I think defense is really key for the Tuskers in this one. They may also, as they do have a 7-point lead, they may also try putting in some backups to see what they got. But it's 7-point lead. It's still a little closer than it could be. So to that point, so we'll see if the Tuskers decide to do that or not. They very well may, but we'll see. So movement around now as we are about to get started, and it's going to be Ingram who starts off with it. Sydney Ingram takes it, finds Kate Barton, and Kate Barton, only a sophomore, is going to be great for the Tuskers for girls varsity lacrosse for years to come. Finds Mancini, who takes it. Layla Mancini goes up, finds 23 now. Goes back, losing it. It looks like it's going to be Ingram who's able to run and grab the ball. Sydney Ingram, a great grab there. So Ingram with it. Now slow movement, cradling it around. Still 50 seconds left on the shot clock. As there goes Ingram. Continue talking about the big lead it almost has. Yes, they have a big lead, but I don't know if I'd risk putting in backups yet. It's still a close game, and especially with this score, the game's not over till the clock says 0. And we'll see. But it's really up to the Tuskers defense to show up here. But now Ingram has it. Back out to Mancini. Mancini has it. There goes Mancini. Guarded by 2. That's Leia Mancini. And a windy day here out in at Somers High School as Mancini is going to pick it up. As it goes back, finds Ingram, who takes it, goes back up, and it goes in. That's going to be Palmeno, who gets it in for the Tuskers. Mia Palmino, and another one for the Tuskers, making it a 13-5 lead. A great day. A great score by Palmeno as it goes in, and now it is going to be a 13-5 and an 8-point game, and it's looking better and better for the Tuskers as it's 5 minutes to go in this one. And tune in tomorrow as we have the Somers Tuskers taking on Farmingdale Lions. Another one that will be on our YouTube as well. I'll be joined by Philip Rosado and Zavi as well, as we'll be managing the broadcast and also commentating the game for you tomorrow on YouTube and, of course, local live. YouTube, of course, has all the graphics. And it's going to be a good matchup as the Tuskers come into that one with 2 wins in a row. They're 3-2 on the season after the 2 rough losses versus New Canaan and Ridgefield, and it's a must-win for the Tuskers. But I feel confident as Tuskers team has been playing phenomenal. I feel confident they're going to continue as Ingram now with it. Has it. Goes up, goes in, and Sydney Ingram gets another one. It's hard to count how many goals she has had today, but a great performance by Ingram as that's another one for her.
Number 4, Sydney Ingram.
And yes, it is her 6th goal of the game. I thought they were. I thought that's what it was, but wasn't 100%. But I can now confirm, 6th goal of the game for Sydney Ingram. A great day for her, and I gotta say, player of the game today. Sydney Ingram wasn't expected to be used that much. Coach Daly expected Sydney Ingram to be guarded heavily by the Carmel's defense, and she thought it would give opportunities for other players to show up, but Sydney Ingram has found a way around it and has been able to. They've been able to utilize her in today's game very well, as she has scored 6 goals, as you can see. And basically, if they didn't have Sydney Ingram today, the score would be 5-8. A it would still be a 3-score game. Tuskers would still be winning, but it would be a lot closer. Now taking it back out, picking it up is Carmel. Carmel has it as whistle is called there. And on the Carmel side of things, there's been some great players as well. Number 8 has been out there a lot, getting that goal earlier, of course. 8 has been great, and number 2 and 1 have been key for Carmel as well in today's game. Players that have really shown up. As we now head, so we're going to continue. Ingram is going to start off with it. That's Ingram, number 4. Big far one finds. That takes talent there. Finds Barton there. Finds the receiver. Finds her across the field. A great play there. That may be a top play of the game. A far pass. Players in front. And she finds Barton. So now movement now. Number 2 with it. Back out to 5. Back to 2. Who finds Klein. Klein takes it. Back to 2. Who finds Mancini. Mullins is number 2. There goes Mancini. Goes back up. Back to Mullins. The 8th grader for the Tuskers. And it goes up. And the defense. Another one for the Tuskers. Kate Barton gets it in. And a phenomenal day. And just another score for the Tuskers. A great day by them as they are now up by 10 in this one. Your score is 15-5 is your score. 3:09 left. We'll be back in a second. Yeah. Back out for the face-off for the Tuskers. With it now is number 2 for Carmel, who winds up with it. Carmel has it, number 2. Taking it, goes up, and the goalie shows up for the Tuskers. Darnoldson has really been key for the Tuskers today, preventing multiple goals by Carmel. It could very well be a 3 or 5 point game, or possibly a tied game if based on how many goals the goalie has been able to prevent today. A great job by Donaldson as it's now movement down the field. Fast movement for the Tuskers. Offense prevailing as well. In addition to their defense, it's always good. Yes, I said their defense needs to prevail to win, but it's always great to have both sides of the field prevailing and doing the best they can as they have now extended the lead to 10, and they're looking to score some more points before the game comes to an end. A movement around now. Back out to 17. 17 back out to 34. Takes it. So 11 now has it. 11 for Carmel, taking it down the field. Back out to 14, finds 8. Going around, back out to 1. Whistle blown there. Flag called there. We'll see what the call is here. Looks like Carmel is going to hold on to it. So Somers spreading out on defense. Looks like it's going to be a free chance for a shot there, but it winds up going up high. Defense there again for the Tuskers. Defense prevails, and that is going to prevent the goal from going in. So Tuskers are going to get the ball back now, as it's going to be Mayfield with it. Mayfield, a sophomore in Somers High School, as the ball is loose. Picked up by Mayfield again. Finds Isabella Mancini. There goes Mancini going, rolling down. Mancini going around. Playing around now. Mancini still with it. Back out to number 22, who finds 4. 4 now with it. As it goes around, it's going to be taken back. And folks, that is going to do it as the clock runs out. The Somers Tuskers are going to take this one. 15-5 and are going to win this one as they advance to 3-5 on the season. And the Rams, as the record as we know of, is going to fall to 1-4. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And before we go, Zabi, what are your final thoughts?
Well, a game by Somers. Good job by both teams, but Somers just did incredible.
Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I'm Benny Silk. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Somers vs. Farmingdale Varsity Boys Lacrosse game. Hope to see you then, as it's going to be an exciting one, as I will be on the call there along with Philip and Zabi, as we will also all be managing the tech. Thank you, and see you then. Transition.
Yeah, you can.
Good day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too. My man Benny Silk did an excellent job. Buddy.
Thank you.
Little Silk did wonderful.
It is. Seven. Seventh grade. Thanks. Okay. Aiden, do you want to take this down? Oh, it's just still. Okay. Do the Aiden.
Let me know what Mark says. I'll text Jay to you.
Are you staying for this? This one's big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baseball is today.